Welcome back to the Holy Huddle.
What's up?
Your hosts Drew and Ethan, and we are reacting to our tier list made it 6 months ago before the season.
Before you,
So
before
yeah,
you got your little highlights.
yeah. Welcome back to the Holy Huddle with Drew and Ethan.
What's up?
And today it's going to be a little fun, a little bit of preseason rankings on the good old tier list. I just want to mention your stance on preseason rankings have changed so much since then.
Yours too. Yours too.
Yeah, yours changed a lot though. You're just beefing with me over these rankings. Like, we should not do preseason rankings. Right here, we're gonna start with the SEC conference.
Let's do it.
So you opted that we start with Vandy.
Yeah.
What do you got? What do you got on Vandy this year?
Honestly, I think Vanderbilt can do pretty good this year. Considering they have Diego Pavia coming back, I think he's gonna have a pretty good season. You know, he's around 6 foot, 207 pounds.
He was 5'9" at the Senior Bowl. He is, yeah, this picture still stands to this day. He's definitely fun sized.
Fun size
Snickers.
Snickers.
5'9". How do you screw up that much measuring a guy?
But wasn't that ESPN that said he was 6 foot?
That's how the school measured him, yeah. How do you screw up the measurement that bad? I guess it looks better on his Tinder profile, 6 feet tall instead of 5'9", but but yeah, he's 5'9". Everybody knows that now. That's been a big story going into the combine draft process. He's a tiny little guy.
I mean, last year Vanderbilt. They upset Alabama last year at home, which was a milestone victory that I don't think anybody thought they were going to get.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Vanderbilt. And looking at their schedule, they have Charleston Southern. They go to Virginia Tech. They go to South.
Thank you, Drew, for saying the schedule. Now we don't have to go look it up.
South Carolina. They play Georgia State, then Utah State. Then they go on the road to Alabama. They play LSU. Then LSU and Missouri are at home, and then they go to Texas. They have Auburn at home, and then Kentucky at home, and then at Mississippi. I think Vanderbilt, honestly, I would put them in the mid.
Mid?
Drew, no!
Mid? Mid?
I love how we're reacting to what I said, but we haven't even gotten to the point where you're actually saying your prediction. We're just throwing all the crap on me, aren't we? Yeah, okay, buddy. 5, 6,
yeah,
4, he's 5'9". Built like Theodore from Alvin and the Chipmunks.
All right. Let's get through this. Finish
Cheese
around
balls!
mid-table just because the top half of the SEC is already so talented. Wait,
Yeah.
did I say table just because?
The same.
So yeah, I think they finish around mid-table just because. How could I be?
Hey, Ethan. This is me, Ethan. Got your USA shirt or whatever. Have your hands hidden like this.
I still have. I don't have that wristband anymore, but we both predicted Vanderbilt would finish middle of the table, and they won 10 games.
Yeah, this year was their best year of football ever.
Best year ever. That we totally missed on that one. I think we can both flush this one down as a bad prediction from both of us. The top half finished in the top 5 just because they're returning about 7. But I would just because. Wait.
Well, Vanderbilt finished in the top 5.
Wait, let me see. I think they finish around mid-table just because the top half of the SEC is already so talented.
Yeah.
But I would not be surprised if they finished in the top 5, just because the return. Okay, so I redeemed myself there. I said I would not be surprised if they finished in the top 5. Earning about 78% of their returning production.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Diego Pavia.
Wait, pause it for a second. But yet again, when we made these predictions, we even said they were either going to be in the mid or top 5, like between those.
Some of them, yeah, for some of them. Yeah. Tied into the country, Eli Stowers, I would not. What? Can someone check on Eli Stowers? I did not hear anything about him for like the whole season. What happened to the guy?
Eli Stowers was Pavia's biggest target this year.
Really?
Yes. That's like his number 1 go-to guy.
I just haven't been hearing a lot from him in the draft process and whatever.
Well, no, he was like Pavia's 1-2 guy punch.
Okay,
he was like a top guy. Yeah.
Okay. Be surprised if they, shock some folks. So we'll put them in the mid tier for now.
Like, was definitely a breakthrough year for Clark Lee. I think they have a chance at maybe going 7-5 on the year, and maybe going
7-5.
7-5 is crazy.
Not terrible.
No,
they just exceeded expectations a lot.
Yeah, I think they exceeded expectations.
Oh, for sure.
8-5.
A one-win
improvement. Yeah, hey, that's all you can ask for sometimes, right? But no, I think Clark Lee has a really good program, and I think he's got a very confident quarterback, and I think Diego thinks that he can take Vanderbilt to new heights.
I think. What?
And he sure did, didn't he?
I think so too. I forgot I put.
You forgot you put that in there?
Go, Diego, go. I didn't even think about that joke. And this JUCO rule is certainly interesting. I'm seeing all these other players get this eligibility. But then there's a Baylor player. He actually got the year of eligibility. So thank you, NCAA, for being fair. We played.
He got a new year of eligibility?
Well, when this video was made, he didn't get it.
Oh, okay.
And he ended up getting it this year. He ended up having a solid season, I will say. But it obviously didn't mean anything because we were 5-7. Getting his extra year right now, so very frustrating for him. Moving on, Texas. Please help.
And what's hilarious about this moment for Sark was when he went on stage, he didn't even notice. I don't know how you don't notice them playing your school rival's song. Like how?
I don't understand that either.
Like how was he not? Oh, I don't know. I never understood how he didn't recognize that.
That's what we said about Texas. I have them as a playoff contender. Okay, this isn't terrible. This isn't as bad as it seems.
No.
9-3, nearly made the playoff.
Went 10-3.
Yeah.
Beat Michigan.
I don't think you should put them anywhere else. You got Arch Manning. You got 2 NFL caliber running backs with Trey Wisner and C.J. Baxter. I mean, the talent you're returning is just phenomenal.
Yeah, and don't forget they're returning Ryan Wingo, who's only a true freshman last year.
Mm-hmm. How good was he this year?
Ryan Wingo?
Yeah.
I thought he was pretty solid. Okay. Baxter didn't do what I thought he was going to do.
Yeah, didn't he transfer? Has he found a home yet? I know he transferred out.
That's a good question.
Shoot, we'll do the research right now.
Because I remember after Ohio State, Wisner was out for a couple of weeks. I don't know why. He went
to Baxter landed at Kentucky.
Really?
Yeah. I don't remember that at all, but that's where he is.
Like I said, Arch Manning. Texas's offensive line is going to be stout. Defensively, you couldn't ask for more. I mean, you have Anthony Hill returning. You have Michael Taft in the backfield. You know, they lost.
So when I said Texas's offensive line was going to be stout this year, I was not correct on that because they were very vulnerable in a lot of ways. Like a lot of ways.
Darren,
in a lot of ways.
Is Makuba still with them?
Makuba? Yeah, I know. I would not know.
Okay. But yeah, you know, they lost some key pieces, but
Colin Simmons.
Yes, Colin Simmons was an absolute monster last year. I think he's gonna take a next step in year 2.
And he was still good this year too.
So that's
I'm pretty
Texas
sure.
line. I think it's gonna be really good. And then you got Arch Manning, who I think is gonna be pretty good. I've heard people are saying, "Well, people are putting too much hype on Arch Manning just because he played. He's played some games, but were they really against good competition?" And I still think he's going to be a top 5 quarterback in the SEC. My opinion is, I think that at some point in the year, I think there's going to be some adversity that maybe he hits down.
Absolutely.
I literally got that. I got that all right.
Drew nailed it.
I literally nailed that on the head.
Cue the confetti for one right prediction.
Do you remember that game? I think it was against Sam Houston State. Arch Manning had a rushing touchdown, and he basically tried to troll a guy who was still on the ground.
Second down and goal. Moore goes in motion, and Manning keeps it himself. Cutting up, gets into the end zone, touchdown.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You do remember that, yeah.
A lot changed since that.
Yeah. Now some things have changed.
But that's every player.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I think that Arch seems like a really just composed guy, and I think he's going to get some really good wins down the road. And I think Texas is going to be potentially playing for the SEC championship. Potentially. I still think there's some teams that might. Texas is going to have a huge target on their back. They got to understand that. And when they're in the SEC, and they got a dose of it last year. But when you're a good team in the SEC, every single week teams are going to give you their best shot, and they're going to have some games where they have to go on the road and they're going to have to give their best shot because the other team's going to get their best shot.
Yep, totally agree. And speaking more on Arch Manning, I think he runs 4.5 speed. He has, a literal sniper attached to his right shoulder. He's not gonna lie. What was that sound effect?
I don't know. You're the one who edited this, so.
Man, I was cooking back then. Holy, I was cooked. I was cooking with the editing. He's a generational talent. From what I've seen, honestly, there's nothing stopping me from saying he's not a generational talent.
Yeah.
Now, will the SEC prove how good he really is? Yeah. It'll show. Only time will tell if my take was right. But
this team. Pause for a second. Where you said Arch had a sniper of an arm. Did you think he was a little inconsistent though with some of his throws? Maybe it was just the offensive line and the protection wasn't as good as the year prior for Ewers. But that's what I thought.
Because Ewers was solid.
Right. For Manning, for him was if you didn't tackle him with the first guy, he was going to make you pay. Because he's a big dude.
His dual threat ability was definitely more impressive than what he was showing with his arm. This year.
Yeah.
He definitely did good. I mean, he had a game made a receiving touchdown, like a rushing touchdown or two, and passing touchdowns. Like he had a game, I think, with 5 touchdowns against. I don't know whether I think it might have been South Carolina.
Yeah, I thought, especially when I watched the Kentucky game, which they won in overtime, I believe. I just remember he held the ball for way too long, and he wouldn't get the ball out of his hands, and then eventually, that young offensive line just folded, and so he Yeah.
Absolutely.
But that wasn't the
Team's
only.
gonna run through Arch.
Yeah.
No, go ahead and finish. I started it too early.
No, I was going to say the first half of the year, definitely Arch had, I don't know if you call it rust, but he definitely had some things he needed to get fixed and work on. And then I think back half of the year, he started to get better. But
back half of the year, he looked like the prospect we thought he was.
Yeah.
But I think it is a wise decision for him to return to school, get another year of development. He'll definitely be first overall next year if he produces.
Yeah, I just think because I've seen it. People are saying, "Oh, he's going to be the Heisman favorite for next year." I don't know that.
I think he's solid. I think he has a solid shot.
I think he'll be better starting off next year than this year. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
And you don't have to play Ohio State week 1. Yeah, I think he's going to start off the year just fine. Man, in this next season.
Well, and I mean, Texas has. I mean, their first game is against Ohio State, so that's going to be definitely a big early test to see.
It's going to be a big noon Saturday game. Like, why can't you have one of the best games of the year at night? Like, that's just stupid. It was stupid.
Okay.
I was at work when this happened. I couldn't watch the best preseason game of the year, which Ohio State ended up winning. But we all know Ohio State.
Yeah.
We both know.
Would you say that would have been? Would you say that was one of the best games of the year? Because I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that one.
There's not a lot of offense for sure.
No.
Not a lot of offense, so I would not say no. It's not the game of the year. No one wants a big game noon on Fox for one of the biggest games of the season.
It is what it is, you know.
But obviously, I'm going to put Texas in playoff contender.
Yep.
Okay, that's not bad.
Texas in the play. I think Texas is going to make the playoff. There's no doubt.
Well,
I was wrong.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, for sure. And now we're on to Texas A&M. There we go.
Right.
Let's see what you said
now,
about your team.
Now,
Aggies.
I know we're going to get into some beef. We're going to get into some beef. I can just feel it.
Oh, I wasn't saying easy schedule in this video, so my opinion's obviously changed.
No, you were. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Let's see what I say. This is gonna be interesting. Side of Texas A&M that none of us don't know.
Well, if I was correct, I believe so. Offensively, A&M is returning like 70% of their offense from last year. Defensively, they lost some key pieces like Nick Scorton, Shamar Stewart, Shamar Turner, maybe some guys on the back end. But I think here's the main thing for A&M, and I would put them as a conference contender. Not necessarily.
Great job, Drew. You knew something we didn't.
Necessarily playoff contender, but I would say
not playoff contender. They overachieved. I don't know how, but they did. Let's just keep going.
Contender, and this is why. Because for A&M, the main struggle bus for them over the past couple of years is keeping their quarterback healthy. A&M has had a very hard time with that. The last year, Marcel Reed, took the reins of the offense and, got them within a game of playing for the dang SEC championship. They didn't get there, but they were one game short from that. And so,
and one game short again this year.
No one asked.
No one short again this year.
Guess what? We still overachieved this year, buddy.
I'm gonna throw a jab when I can.
I'll throw more jabs.
Okay.
I think the offense is going to be more explosive. I mean, when you look at their backfield, you got Le'Veon Moss.
Offense is more explosive.
You have Marcel Reed. You have Kevin Concepcion. You have a guy, I can't remember his name, from Mississippi State, a transfer.
Mario Craver.
And then you got Terry Bussey.
I just want to say that receiving core
who was a top recruit.
Absolutely phenomenal for y'all this year. Craver.
It was.
And Concepcion were probably one of the best duos in the SEC, if I had to say.
Both are 2 human joysticks.
And I believe Kevin Concepcion won the Paul Horning Award for most versatile player in all of college football. So
yeah, he did.
That was an amazing get by y'all.
The high school, who I think had a really good season. And then on defense, I think they loaded back up on the defensive line. Cassius Howell should be a name that you should watch for this coming year.
Yep.
You just continue to hit on these picks.
You got.
Wait until we get to Baylor, and I just miss on everything.
Probably one of the most experienced and maybe if not the best linebacker in the country, in Torian York. Scooby Williams, Bryce Anderson at safety, and then you got Will Lee at the cornerback position, which I think should have a big year.
Well, that was a lot. I didn't know that much about A&M.
Well, you asked me for all my inside scoop, and I gave it to you in less than 2 minutes.
Well, I think, with the returning, I think their A&M's defense is going to be really solid this year with all the returning.
Yeah.
See, I think the inside linebackers are going to be phenomenal with Scooby Williams and Torian York. Seeing them two play pretty well.
Yeah, and the offensive line, I think they're returning like 4 or 5 starters from last year. So I think they should be pretty good in that area of the team.
I'm pretty sure Will Lee had a really good year last year too.
This is funny.
This is funny.
Mistaken.
Yeah, they call him the blanket.
That's funny. Never mind. That's who that was. I saw something on social media about that he brought a player. He brought the opposing receiver a blanket.
It was what you're talking about. That was the Missouri game last year.
So he brought him a blanket that he is going to lock him down. Was it Luther Burden? I think the receiver was Theo Weiss. You can quote me on that. But I'm pretty sure.
Yes. Yeah, you're right.
It was either Theo Weiss. I'm pretty sure it's Theo Weiss.
Yeah.
I don't think it was Luther Burden, but it was Theo Weiss.
No. Yeah.
It was either Luther Burton or it was some other big receiver they had last year. But yeah.
I mean, I just think, I think they're definitely a conference contender for sure.
Yeah.
Now, they will for sure, I think, finish top 5. But
yeah, for sure.
I think.
Really?
I'm like the opposite. I'm glazing y'all in this.
Exactly. What's with the hate? What
How
did we
was
do to
this
you?
me 6 months ago? I just showed so much. It's like I grew a deep hatred for A&M over these 6 months. Okay. I think putting them in conference contenders is a safe pick for now.
Yeah, the only reason why I wouldn't say playoff contender is because it's year 2 under Mike Elko, and there's still a culture shift, honestly. And they have some. I'll read you the schedule for them.
Here we go.
Let me pull that up here in just a second.
This is going to be interesting.
Here we go.
Because I would argue they probably have one of the most difficult.
Well. No. Unpause that video right now.
Road schedules in the SEC, and we've kind of gone over this, but I'll go over it again. So they start off with UTSA at home. They have Utah State, and then they have a huge showdown against Notre Dame at Notre Dame. And then they have Auburn at home, Mississippi State at home, Florida at home, Arkansas in Fayetteville, LSU at Tiger Stadium. They have Missouri at Missouri, South Carolina at home, Samford at home, and then they finish off the year with Texas. So I would say their road schedule is probably one of the most difficult, I would say, in the conference. Not that they can't win them, but I think there's definitely gonna be, a lot more. Hey, we really need to hone in on some stuff.
Yep. All those schools, almost all of them, didn't make a bowl game.
All right, let's address something right now.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Actually, let's go through all the away teams we had to play on the road, okay? We went to Notre Dame and beat a top 10 team
That was
on the road for the first time.
I'm not going to discriminate against that win. That was probably y'all's best win of the year.
Since 2014. Then we go to LSU. Now, hang on. LSU was just coming off a loss against Vanderbilt. They were still, maybe not in the SEC championship, but they were still very well much in the playoff conversation if they were to beat Texas A&M. So that was a quote-unquote must-win for LSU. And we were underdog. I think we were underdogs going into that game to some people. But no, what did we do? We BTA'd their butts. It was like 49-25.
Absolutely, but what was LSU's record?
Marcel.
7-6. LSU's record was 7-6 to finish the season.
Right, but at the time they were still a quality opponent, so that should matter. We beat a top 25 team again on the road in Death Valley. How many teams go to Death Valley and win? Especially winning 49-25. Not a whole lot of
Brian
teams.
Kelly's the coach of a lot of teams.
He was like 20-1 as the head coach in night games at LSU. So that's not a.
I totally agree.
And then
again,
hang on, we're not done. And then we go to Missouri. Now, given Missouri is not Notre Dame or LSU, but they were number 22 in the country,
Their
and they kept on.
Was hurt.
So they have other players, don't they? Shouldn't they show up and play? Yaha! We still beat them on the road. That day they did have a passing game.
They did not. The guy passed for like 130 yards.
How many points did they score in that game?
Maybe 10.
They scored like 17 to 24 points. And they ran the ball pretty well on us too. So, and then obviously we went to Texas and laid an egg there, but whatever. So we won 3 out of the 4 road games.
They only scored 17.
Okay. They were still a top 20 team, still top 25 team on the road. So
I just want to see what the rest of what you have to say.
For Texas as well, I mean, their schedule, they have to go on the road to Florida, and I believe Florida is going to be way more improved than they were last year.
They beat Texas. That's so funny. Florida was not much improved this year, but they still beat Texas, so I think that's absolutely hilarious. I don't know whether to count that as a bad prediction or a good one. I don't know.
What, the A&M prediction? The A&M prediction?
That might have been a good prediction.
Yeah. Hey, I said A&M was going to go 9-3 and not make the playoffs. They go freaking 11-1. Sure, they lost to Miami in the playoffs, but whatever.
Great prediction.
No, they fired. So,
which, now we're moving on to our next team, the Tennessee Volunteers, and there's a lot of questions about Tennessee at the court.
Hold up, I got a little song for you. We gotta play this. Hold up.
Oh, he's gonna play the Rocky Top thing. We got an hour of footage to get through.
Let's go.
I'm about to start skipping around, honestly, if we're gonna get through this reasonably.
Shoot, my beats are connected. Hold up.
I'll just play the video the. You talking about the kid?
Dun, 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 dun. You ready? Oh, Rocky Top, you'll always be home, sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top. Woo!
I know I moved my shoulders like that. My shoulders hurt.
What's that coming? I'm joking.
All right, let's see what we say. Quarterback position this year. They obviously got a transfer in Joey Aguilar, a top quarterback from App State, I want to say.
He's from App State.
I'm pretty sure that's App State. And then they have a redshirt freshman who is a former 5-star, Jake Merlinger.
He's now gone.
Who's sitting back there. But I really don't know too much about this roster, if I'm being completely honest. This roster is kind of an unknown to me.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I've kind of scratched my head around Tennessee because of all that happened during the offseason with Nico and all that. I don't know. I would still, because I mean, Tennessee is they've had a good run for the last 3 or 4 years now under Josh Heupel. I mean, I think I would put them as I'm between top 5 finish and conference contender because they've been pretty consistent over the past couple of years. It's not like they've been terrible.
They've got some transfer talent. I saw that they got one of Duke's starting running backs, Star Thomas.
Yeah,
who's a senior as well. So there's some production there.
Yeah.
I'm honestly just looking around. I don't see a lot of familiar names. Because I'm guessing they're not returning a lot of production, if I'm having to be completely honest, because I don't see any familiar names here on this roster.
Yeah.
Or too many familiar names.
Well, I think a big loss for them last year was losing Dylan Sampson to the draft.
Yeah, they had Dylan Sampson for a while.
Yeah. Let's see.
Still one of the best offenses.
They lost some receivers last year. Do they still have Brew McCoy?
Well, I don't even think they do anymore.
I was about to say, if he's gone, I don't, because they had Brew McCoy. I think they have Squirrel White still.
He's at Florida State.
I will say the Tennessee prediction I thought was one of the trickiest because we really didn't we just didn't have a good gauge on them.
Yeah, let's see what we say.
Think they don't?
I don't think so.
Well, if that could be.
Oh, they have a McCoy on the roster.
They have a McCoy.
Yeah, it's a DB though.
Yeah.
It's a receiver.
Yeah.
And I saw that there's some transfer talent on this roster, not a whole lot. I saw that they got a receiver from Bama.
Interesting.
I don't remember his name. Armani Jefferson.
They have Chris Braswell, who's a big receiver for them.
I think he was pretty big this year. I'm pretty sure he had some good moments for them.
They still have him.
But yeah, if I had to be completely honest, I do not really notice any of the talent from last year. Yeah. So if I'm being completely honest, that they're a complete wild card to me. I don't know what they can do or what they will do.
Right.
So honestly, I'm gonna, just with how consistent they've been in years past, I'm gonna put them in top 5 finish.
I think that's fair. I
don't think they finished top 5, but we didn't know a whole lot, so. Okay. And then we have South Carolina.
Wait,
this one is interesting.
Oh my goodness.
Pause it for a second.
This is going to look so bad on my part. This is going to look so bad. Just watch. You're going to have a laugh out of this.
Because they got. Yeah. Go ahead.
I think this is probably one of the most intriguing teams
in the
SEC this year.
About Tennessee?
Yeah.
I was going to say about Tennessee, they were a weird team because every ranked opponent they went up against, they lost to. They lost to a ranked Georgia, a ranked Alabama. They lost to a ranked Vanderbilt team, and then I don't remember who they played in their bowl game. Might have been Iowa, I think. No, that was Vanderbilt. That was Iowa.
But it's their defense that really let them down. You see how we didn't say anything about their defense? We didn't say anything about their defense.
We didn't really know what it was going to look like.
And this is a fair prediction. This wasn't terrible. I mean, if we predicted one more tier lower, we would have got it perfectly.
Yeah.
But let's continue on with South Carolina. This is going to look so bad on my part. Lenore Sellers, Nick Harbor.
Yeah.
especially Lenore Sellers, who had a phenomenal freshman season last year.
Well, and he was 6-1 in their last 7 games last year, which is unbelievable. And he was only a true freshman last year.
He was a true freshman?
I believe so. Or he was a redshirt freshman. I believe so. Lenore.
He's a
Lenore Sellers.
I think.
I
fact checked you. Fact.
Yeah,
he might be 240. He says he's a redshirt sophomore right here. 6'3", 240.
6'3", 242.
I'm just skipping around a little bit. Big. Just yapping.
He can break tackles. I've seen it.
He can go downhill in a hurry.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. I really love South Carolina this year with they have a abundance of young talent. Yeah. And they're just going to be around for the next couple of years, if I'm being completely honest. Yeah, for sure. Dylan Stewart's a solid edge rusher. He just got paid the bag to stay there. He did. Yeah. He got paid a lot of money.
And he stayed. He ended up staying after that. He ended up staying after that bad season, which really surprised me. But to stay there in North Carolina, South Carolina. And even we got guys, I don't even know who the receivers were last year, to be honest. Who was even Lenore Sellers throwing to? Jaden Sellers, he has a brother?
Is he a receiver?
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
he did end up throwing to his brother a fair amount this year. I will say.
Who's he throwing to? His brother? That's funny. That's pretty cool.
If he even plays.
Brother to brother.
He ended up playing a lot.
That's a crazy comment.
He ended up playing a lot.
Yeah. If he plays. That's funny.
That'd be funny, wouldn't it? That'd be funny.
Well, let me just read you the schedule they have for this year. So they have Virginia Tech. It's going to be in Atlanta. So, what is it? Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
I don't even remember who won that game.
And then they have South Carolina State at home. They have Vanderbilt at home. They go to Missouri. They have Kentucky at home. They go to LSU. They have Oklahoma at home. They have they have Alabama at home.
Oof, that was a fun game.
Ole Miss away. They go to Texas A&M, obviously. They play Coastal Carolina at home, and they play Clemson at home. Ethan, honestly, for South Carolina, this could be a break. This could be a break season for them.
Oh yeah. The one issue I really have is that their receiving room is really young. That is a really young receiving room. The only guy I really know from that room is Nick Harbor. All these other guys, I think I've heard of Bennett Jr., Jared Brown. And the one thing I have to say about Nick Harbor is he has some of the worst route running ability for a receiver of his for his athleticism.
Was he the guy who had that long touchdown run against A&M before halftime? Number 8.
In the Ranger guy.
Yeah. That's what was coming.
3. That is track speed.
In my mind. Yeah.
That's funny. But here we go. I think I've heard of some of these guys, but to be fair, their leading receiver was a tight end last year.
Wow.
And so that sort of draws a lot of red flags for this air attack.
I'm looking at the receiver room right now. Yeah, you have a freshman, you have a sophomore, you have a freshman.
Not really.
Junior. Redshirt. I think it's better than having all senior, and they're just going to get better.
If Lenore Sellers sticks around another season.
Oh, yeah.
Considering that he is eligible for the draft this year. And if I had to be completely honest, South Carolina almost made the playoff last year.
Yeah.
So I'm going to shock it. I think I'm going to be a little bold here, and hopefully you agree with me with this. I'm going to put them in playoff contender.
Really?
Ethan, you idiot.
Stupid. That was one of the biggest busts of predicting. I'm sorry, I just... Ethan, you idiot!
Ethan, you. All right.
Oh boy, were we wrong.
Let's just get past this one.
They were really just out.
I don't know. The running back position is. I mean, they had a receiver position.
Really just out of it.
And they didn't even have that much production at the receiver position. I don't know. The running back position is. I mean, they had Raheem Sanders last year, who I just think run at the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm. Yeah, I would say. For me, I would have them at. For me, I would say I would have them at conference contender just for me.
Okay, we both flopped on this one, but
even though they got harder. A little bit snubbed out of the playoffs a little bit last year, I felt like.
Do what?
I still feel like I think they have.
You flopped, but I flopped even harder. We both missed on this pick. To say completely honest.
Yeah.
A strong chance at also competing for the SEC championship. And, if you win the SEC championship, right, you're automatically in the playoff deal no matter what. And so.
All right. Let's get to the next prediction because I think we're just gassing up South Carolina.
Yeah, I'll say this. If Shane Beamer doesn't at least win 6 games or make a bowl game, I think he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. All right, let's see the next prediction. Let's go.
Yeah.
I know they had tight end Caden Priestcorn graduate.
Well,
we're talking about Ole Miss. Lost a lot of production at receiver this year. They had a couple guys go.
Yeah.
I know they had tight end Caden Priestcorn graduate.
Well, and I remember last year when they played Georgia, I think it was the drive that Jackson. I think he got dinged up on the first drive, and then the quarterback came in.
Austin Simmons.
Simmons, and he led Ole Miss to a touchdown drive against Georgia.
Austin Simmons, you are no longer a rebel.
Nope. Neither is Trinidad Chambliss.
Missouri Tiger, I believe. But let's see what I have to say.
Now he had a limited amount of time because last year was mainly darts year for Ole Miss. But from that drive I saw, he had a lot of confidence in himself, and I really liked it. Yeah. But I would say for Ole Miss, I mean, you can never go wrong with Lane Kiffin. Mr. Twitter tweets. But I would say I would put them. I would put them at probably where. Is
put them in conference contention. I just, I don't know too much about his team either. If I'm having to be completely, I almost want to put them in mid tier just because I feel like they're. How stupid can one person be? Mid-tier? Looks like the face of a man who's high.
Dang, you're really getting onto yourself tonight.
There has to be some type of drop off after Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
Drop off. There is improvement.
But
hey, I said conference contender, so
I think.
But they can be. I believe they can be a conference contender. But first year starting quarterback. All these new weapons, all these new running backs. Maybe they underachieved this year. Maybe they only win like 8 games.
Yeah. I'm still gonna. I'll just because they've been pretty consistent.
I'm willing to put them in top 5 finish. Just because you said their consistency in years past.
Yeah, I would say I would put them in a top 5 finish for sure. Yeah,
I think that is a perfect way to put them. Okay. Wasn't so bad.
So it got better.
It did get better. And Trinidad Chambliss was something special this year. We could have not have predicted that. Yeah.
No, I don't think anybody could have.
Nobody could have predicted that Disney book story.
Yeah, I agree.
Now we got Oklahoma. They landed the number 1 transfer quarterback in the portal, John Mateer. So expectations are very high for the Sooners this year.
For sure.
Now, they're obviously losing a few people on the defensive side of the ball. They sent Stetson, but they did get Jaden Ott, one of the best. He had 84 rushing yards this year. Jaden Ott had 84 rushing yards this year. He did not do a thing. Best running back on the West Coast for a while. He was really good. I just think this offense is going to be to watch, and it wasn't really exciting to watch last year. Jackson, the offense. Would you say the offense was exciting to watch?
Yeah, I would say so.
Jackson Arnold. Yeah, we'll see what else I have to say. Was not really the answer for them at quarterback. I mean, I think they found their guy at quarterback. If I'm being completely honest, with John Mateer, he was pretty good, despite that hand injury. He looked like a Heisman contender.
Yeah, that hand injury slowed him down.
Baller at Washington State.
Yeah, I think I'm not trying to compare, two quarterbacks, but I think this is kind of like a similar situation to when Oklahoma got Dylan Gabriel, kind of. He took Oklahoma almost to a Big 12 championship. I think John Mateer, I think he could do some really good things at Oklahoma. I definitely think they're going to do better than they did last year, because last year, I mean, they were just inconsistent across the board, whether it was quarterback play or don't forget they have Hawkins as well at the backup position. So, but no, I think Oklahoma has a good chance. There's some games that I think are a little bit dicey for them. They have to go on the road to South Carolina. They got to go on the road to Tennessee. Let's see, Alabama last year. So
best transfer running back in the portal as well. Yeah, this offense is going to be pretty exciting to watch, I'd say. Yeah, and I would not be surprised if John Mateer was a Heisman finalist.
And then
he was through about week 4.
Yeah.
They have their rivalry game with Texas in Red River. And last year was a blowout, but
there's a blowout again this year. It'll be this year.
I think it's going to be extremely close.
I think it will be too.
So yeah, but I like Oklahoma. I would
probably put them top 5. Well, we can only put so many schools in top 5 finish. I almost want to put them in the mid tier.
I would say mid tier.
Could I ever be more wrong?
Mid tier, just because they were, iffy last year.
Well, that was not a very good prediction.
On Missouri this year. That's just my opinion.
I don't know the darndest thing about
last year.
Next year, probably because wait. Putting them in the dumpster fire too. They were not a dumpster fire. They were not a dumpster fire.
No.
They were very solid this year.
Yeah, for what they had.
What was it, 8-4?
Okay.
Dumpster
fire.
Just a lot of bad things that can go wrong.
Yeah.
I just don't.
That position. I mean, last year was supposed to, I feel like, be Missouri's year, and they just didn't. They just underperformed.
So
I mean, they got blasted against Texas A&M. I mean, it was 41-10. You know, I mean, they just didn't have
Y'all blasted them again this year.
an answer.
and I think this defense will still be solid. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think they make a bowl game this year.
You don't think? Wow.
Well, maybe.
Oh, wow.
Well, dumpster fire.
Man, just another bad take after bad take after bad take.
Hey, maybe once we get to the Big 12 tier, it'll be better.
Is
Maybe.
implying that they're not going to be good at all this year. And
Okay.
you know, with the added talent around them, I just don't see them keeping up.
You don't see them keeping up. I got
I
you.
just don't see them keeping up. 5 is their ceiling this year.
Do they have a freshman who's going to be a starter this year at quarterback?
Let me see. I thought Horn was the guy that I heard was starting.
Or yeah, Horn. Yeah, that's
Redshirt junior.
yeah.
So he's
It was Bo Pabula.
Mhm.
Bo Pabula was the starter. Let's see if
at
I
the program a while, but I haven't seen him play too much. So
Yeah,
a complete wild card.
yeah. And to make Missouri fans feel a little bit better about themselves.
I don't think we have any Missouri fans watching.
Let's see what you say, Huju.
Wait. What did I say?
The schedule that they have to make Missouri fans feel a little bit better about themselves.
I don't think we have any Missouri
It's like the copium. You hope
Yeah.
fans cope.
fans watching.
So you get a fluff game in Central Arkansas, and then you play Kansas, both at home. You have Louisiana Raging Cajuns at home, so that should be 3-0. You have South Carolina, which that'll be interesting. Massachusetts. Then you have Vanderbilt's at. They have a lot of home games. Let me see this. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight games at home.
That
7,
should be favorable for them.
8. They have 8 games at home. Okay, so that might be their saving grace. I mean, they have 6 games at home.
What was that
Whoa.
laugh, Drew? Just this expression on your face that. I want to see this
They go
expression
to
on your face.
Arkansas. They have let me see this. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight games at home. 7,
That should be favorable for them.
8. They have 8 games at home. Okay, so that might be their saving grace.
I'm terrified.
What do you mean? Nah, bruh.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That's.
I mean,
not right.
they have 6 games at home.
And there's no guarantees they win all those 6 games at home, though.
Oh no, there's no.
Playing in the SEC, no
Yeah.
bueno. Like it's just no chance.
You say stop?
No.
Okay.
But I still think it's not going to be a very good season for them. So I'm going to honestly move on to Mississippi State. And, you know, this is a team that had a phenomenal transfer portal class. I think the #1 transfer portal class in the country.
I don't think you're mistaken on that. Yeah.
I believe so. Which begs the question, can Jeff Lebby? Yeah, it's Jeff Lebby.
Well, I said that's
Jeff Lebby sort of capitalize on this, you know, once in a lifetime opportunity out of the portal. I don't think you're going to get a #1 recruiting class out of the portal too.
well, and I've said this before too, but coming into the year, I'm optimistic about Mississippi State. And it's because Jeff Lebby is an offensive guy, and we all know, I mean, Mississippi State, they've always been, you know, in the past when they've been good, they've always been an offensive school. And they've always thrown the ball really well. I mean, Mike Leach, even when Dan Mullen was there with Dak Prescott. And now I think Jeff Lebby, you know, he's a young coach, second year in this system. He got that amazing transfer portal class. I think Mississippi State has a chance to win around 8 games this year.
maybe a top 5 finish for them. I think.
Yeah, I would put.
Oh. Maybe a top 5 finish.
I think we were right about them a little bit in like the first quarter of the season, but they just completely fell off at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I would put them around the top 5 finish list.
Oh, for sure. But they have a Baylor quarterback starting at quarterback, so I always want to give them a hard time. They obviously lost.
Look at me.
Freshman Martin Van Buren to the portal to LSU.
Yeah.
But they got a Baylor quarterback starting at quarterback. We'll see how that goes. But even then, even with a Baylor quarterback and all that transfer talent, I just think top 5 finishes, in their DNA this year.
Now,
Forgive me for being so.
Oh my, Ethan! Oh my gosh! Don't say that.
Forgive me.
I forgive you
for being so stupid.
Oh, I mean, I don't really have much to say. I mean, it is what it is what it is.
The question is, for me especially, we say, oh well, they have all this, we have all these great transfer players coming in. Sure, they they're good players, but are they going to play well together? That's the question.
It's more of a chemistry thing, and I can see the
great take, Drew. Great take.
Blowing up in their face completely. I can see this blowing up.
Okay, I redeemed myself there. I could see this blowing up in their face completely, and it did.
Because when you recruit guys out of high school, and they come in the same class, they kind of grow up together. They become adults together. They have a certain chemistry.
Yeah.
If you will. Because they're growing up together. They're becoming grown men together. They're going to essentially,
they're going to bond.
They're going to bond. The chemistry is going to be there.
Yeah. This is
why the transfer portal class, that's what sort of the transfer portal has ruined, is the camaraderie of college football.
Yeah. Yeah. But, like I said, it can either pan out really well for Mississippi State, or it can just completely blow up in their face.
It was a real boom bust type of thing.
Yeah.
It's what I thought, is what I think now.
It felt like the Tennessee prediction.
Mm-hmm.
And they just have a, dumpster fire of a year, like maybe they did last year.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly don't think that's going to happen. I think Jeff Lebby he's a really good coach.
Returning a really good quarterback and Garrett Nussmeier.
He was injured, banged up.
I think Nick Anderson or Nick Williams. I can't remember his name.
Nick Anderson.
It's Nick Anderson that they got in the portal. Really good receiver.
He did not do anything this year.
I was about to say, I don't think I ever heard Nick Anderson's name.
Yeah.
There's so much production there. I can see them winning the conference, if I'm being completely honest.
Am I okay?
I'll let you answer that.
Can we check on? Can you make sure I wasn't at least drinking a little bit before this? Because
Julian, I don't know where it fell.
I'm not sure about that one, but I'm joking.
So that's pretty bad. But anyway,
honest. If everything goes right.
Yeah, and also too, their defense. They have Harold Perkins. I think he's going to be playing off the edge more this year.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll have Whit Weeks, who was a very productive linebacker last year for them.
He was very good. Very good.
Yeah.
And they got Barry and Brown too, who's really good.
Yeah.
He was pretty good this year too.
Transfer out of Kentucky. Harold
They
Perkins, he's going to be really good.
They have Durham, I believe, at running back still.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he stayed,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure.
Caden Durham, I think he broke some freshman records last year. So this LSU team is really solid this year. The only issue I really have is the coach, Brian Kelly.
We both have issues with Brian Kelly. He got fired. Hell of a prediction from both of us.
Amazing.
Not proven himself as an SEC coach yet. He went 9-3 with a Heisman quarter.
I mean, he won 10 games.
8-4. He went 8-4 during Jaden Daniels' Heisman season. Will he ruin another great quarterback season?
He ruined Garrett Nussmeier this year. I think that is a safe assumption to make.
Yeah. I won't say it, but yeah.
I mean, they made him play through injury a lot this year.
Yeah.
Don't know. Because Brian Kelly has stumbled into a lot of great talent, and he's not really maximized it. He's not really maximized the players around him.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I would put them. I think I would put them where A&M is right now at conference contender, because I think that they're definitely above Tennessee, Ole Miss, and Mississippi State right now. I don't think they're quite. I don't think they're quite where Texas is right now, and I think they're a little bit. I think they're a little higher than South Carolina. I think they're a little bit lower than South Carolina, in my opinion. I mean,
I want to put them in playoff contender pretty bad.
You want to put LSU at playoff contender?
Or maybe we bump South Carolina down to conference contender, but I believe in this South Carolina team a little too much.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if I'm being honest,
I believe in this South Carolina team a little too much.
You're on the bandwagon.
Ethan, you should have had about as much faith in South Carolina as you do in Santa Claus.
Here's what I would do. I would leave South Carolina at playoff contender because I'm high on them too. I'm really high on them. And then I would just place LSU at conference contender. Yeah,
I think so too. They didn't have the best of years last year. They can overachieve and make us.
They did not overachieve.
They got a transfer. They got a couple transfers from smaller schools. I saw Kendrick Law from Alabama.
Kendrick Law. Yeah,
he's pretty good.
Nothing, right?
I don't think he did anything this year.
Mm-mm.
He can. Their schedule. They have Akron State, Northern Illinois. Both those games are in Starkville. Tennessee in Starkville. At home, Florida in Gainesville, Texas in Starkville, Arkansas, Fayetteville, Georgia, Starkville, Missouri, Columbia, Ole Miss, and Starkville. That's Mississippi State. For Kentucky, they open up with Toledo.
Toledo.
But you know what's funny? In past years, what's funny is that Mississippi State, or not Mississippi, Kentucky, they kind of struggled against maybe lower teams, which is, kind of like a little laughter shot there. But then they go.
You know what's kind of funny?
What?
Toledo smoked Mississippi State last year.
Oh, yeah.
Toledo is still the real deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to mention
smoked.
Yeah, I don't know how they. I don't remember the score this year, but
I was gonna say, not to mention Kentucky fired their coach.
yeah, new coach too.
Yeah. But yeah, they play Toledo. It's in Kentucky. Then they play Ole Miss at home. Then they play Eastern Michigan. And then listen to this stretch. Oh my gosh, are you ready for this? They play South Carolina and Columbia, Georgia, in Athens. Then they play Kentucky at home, and then they play Tennessee at home. They go to Auburn. They play Florida and Lexington. They have Tennessee Tech at Kentucky, so you get a little bit of breathing room. And then they play Vanderbilt at Vanderbilt, and then they play Louisville in Kentucky at Louisville.
Sounds like a gauntlet.
Dude, they play South Carolina, Georgia, and Texas back to back.
They almost beat Texas. That game did not look that terrible for them. They almost had it.
Oh, you almost had it. You got to be quicker than that.
They almost had it.
Arguably, they should have had it, but Texas stole it.
Yeah.
Back weeks, and all of them, two of the three of them are away games.
I just don't see them doing well with that stretch.
Dude, that's
Dumpster fire.
I think it's safe to. I think we'll both agree on this. Dumpster fire.
Yeah.
He's done miracles on me.
Really?
Aw. You got one right.
Yes.
Sorry, Kentucky.
I just don't. Because they're so many. Like, I'm being completely. It's a no-brainer to put them in playoff contender. They're deep. Now Georgia,
Playoff contender.
I don't think there's any doubt, right?
Maybe a little bit. No, I'm joking. No, they're playoff.
What doubt do we have in Georgia? They got. Their defense will always be good, no matter who they have over there. I'm being completely. It's a no-brainer to put them in playoff contender.
Hey, you know who they have at quarterback? You know who they have? They have Gunnar Stockton,
who played in some playoff games last year. He got a lot of good experiments when Carson Beck went down.
I don't know if we can show the clip, but should we show the clip of him getting rocked by Texas in the
Oh,
great heavens!
I don't remember that.
rocked by Texas in the
oh,
The noise I put in there.
I'll edit it in the video.
dude,
Whiplash.
Oh. But yeah, this team's a playoff contender.
Yeah, for sure.
Is Trevor Etienne got drafted this year, correct?
I believe so. Yes.
Or I thought he was back. Okay. But honestly, that's Georgia's rinse and recycle at running back. So
Yeah.
the offensive line's going to be good. I don't see
They
why
were.
they're contender.
Yeah. Go ahead. I don't see
why they're not a playoff contender.
They have. They returned Nate Frazier.
Okay, he was pretty solid.
He was good this year too.
He was really solid this year.
And the running back factory just continues to churn out running backs.
Yeah, he was really solid last year.
Mm-hmm.
They have Roderick Robinson. He's I believe, a redshirt sophomore.
Yeah, there's just too much talent on this roster.
They're loaded.
They're loaded.
Yeah.
Year in and year out.
Yeah.
They retain their talent really well. I don't think they had an insane transfer portal class, but they retain their talent really well.
Well, and here's what their schedule looks like. So let's see. So they have Marshall at home, Austin Peay at home. They go to Tennessee. They play Alabama at home, Kentucky at home, Auburn at Auburn. That's always a tough game. Ole Miss in Athens, Florida, Jacksonville, that rivalry. Mississippi State in Starkville. Then they have Texas at home, Charlotte.
Let's go.
I don't even remember what I was thinking. The rappers from Charlotte.
At home, and then they finish up with Georgia Tech and Atlanta, Georgia, in which that game went 8 overtimes last year.
Wasn't a very good game this year, I don't think.
No, it was a one-possession game.
Okay, it was still a good game. But, yeah.
But I think Georgia's definitely they're definitely an SEC championship contender for sure. They'll probably make it, in my opinion, maybe, probably. And then they'll get into the playoff, be a playoff contender.
Okay. Then we got Florida.
I think this is similar to like the Mississippi State situation or even LSU situation.
Maybe, I don't know. I just sort of feel like people are like DJ Lagway really only played like half a season.
Yeah, and I just, last year they started off horrible and then they ended the season on a really high note. I just think for them, they have some game. One of the key games that they have is playing Texas at home, and
They won the key game, but the rest of the season was absolute.
Yeah.
for them, I'll pull up their schedule, but it's either for me, it's either break or bust for them.
And they busted.
Busted. Segue, obviously, why not? But they play, LAU at home, South.
Brown is really good.
Yeah, he's really good. So they have South Florida. We see Miami.
Wait,
they
what did I
play
say?
kind of. He's really good.
Quarterback Byron Brown is really good.
Yeah,
That stayed true.
How did I see that coming? That's the best prediction of the video so far. So I mean,
That's the best prediction of the video? Okay.
Byron Brown is really good.
yeah, he's really good. So they have South Florida.
Okay, you said that too.
Both those games up.
And South Florida ended up winning that game. That's what makes that thing so funny.
That's what makes that funny.
Florida. Then they go to LSU. That'll be a huge game to see where Florida is kind of in the start of the year. Then they go to Miami. They play Texas at home, and then they play at Texas A&M. So that 4-game stretch, and we've kind of gone over this, but they play at LSU, at Miami. They play Texas, and then they go to Texas A&M. That's 4 straight games.
Yeah, that is a lot.
Now I don't know how. I'm still trying to figure out how Miami is going to be this year with Carson Beck.
Amazing.
But, I mean, it's still at Miami. At Miami is a tough place to play. And then they play Mississippi State at home. Then they play their rivalry game with Georgia. And then they go to Kentucky. Then they go to Ole Miss. Then they play Tennessee at home. And then they play Florida State at home. So it's not like they have an easy walkthrough schedule whatsoever.
I don't know if they're going to finish in the top 5, though.
The thing for me is I don't know how they're going to do in that 4-game stretch we talked about. I don't know. And then, I mean, they play – and you never know with that Kentucky-Florida rivalry kind of. It's turned into more of a rivalry now. But that game could go either way, in my opinion. Tennessee's had their – I mean, Florida's again – never know on that one.
And honestly, I think they're going to finish about where they finished last year.
Yeah.
That's I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah. No, I think we were pretty on point with that.
I would put them top 5 finish.
Yeah, I think that's safe. I think they're going to finish about where they finished last year.
Yeah. I would put them top 5 finish.
Yeah, I think that's safe.
It strikes again.
Wow.
We moved them down there, though. Wait. Hold up. We just said something. To be more ambitious, we can put them in mid, but
Make some people mad.
now Auburn.
Yeah.
They have Jackson
Oh,
I mean, we were.
this is my famous comment.
Arnold.
Okay, I just want to say something. I love how, when a quarterback doesn't have a good year, the previous year, but then we come into the offseason and we're like, oh my gosh, what if he improves? Like, what if he does do this?
He was bad this year too.
What if he does that? But we said that the last year and we saw what happened, right? So it's like, I don't know to be optimistic about Jackson Arnold and Auburn or not. I would put them in the top 5 finish.
Nah, bruh. Nah, now I'm starting to not lock in, bro. I'm starting to drift away.
Really? Really? Is what I said.
Really?
No, I would
Wait, let's see what you finish on.
go lower. I would put them in the mid.
Really?
Okay.
I was fixing to say.
Oh, I said
I
mid.
was
They
Okay.
have. I mean, they do have some
Okay.
good. I mean, they still got some.
You had something to say, Drew.
No, I said. Thank gosh Yeah.
Yeah, thank goodness we
Thank gosh I.
Pieces returning. I mean, Cam Coleman is coming back. He was really good last year.
Yeah.
Jackson Arnold was. I mean, he's not a scrub by any means.
No.
I don't know. I mean, it honestly depends on their schedule.
Oh, here we go.
If we're being completely honest.
Well, and here's a look at their schedule. They play your Baylor Bears in Waco.
What an absolute ass whooping that was.
And how that go?
Oh, they're not winning.
Huh?
I said, what an
They're not
absolute
winning.
ass whooping that was.
Oh yeah.
That'll be an interesting game. Go Tigers. No, I'm joking. They play Baylor and Waco. They play Ball State. I mean, you know, the Cardinal might pull up something up their ass and pull up a win there, but
Oh my gosh.
we'll see. But yeah, both games at home. Baylor at home, Baylor. Sorry, Baylor on the road. You got me distracted. Ball State at home. South Alabama at home. Oklahoma at Oklahoma. You got Auburn. So you got Auburn going to College Station. Then you have Georgia at
We're going to skip through this video because I'm just.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt, and then a bit longer.
I just don't see them. I think they're
Always so
serious, and I just don't see them being something serious in the SEC this year. I think they'll finish on the table. I think they'll make a bowl game this year.
I think that Georgia game is always so interesting because it's always like it's either a blowout or it's either
They might blow out the water, but I just don't see them being any better.
Was that Alabama and feels now some witchcraft.
It's got some witchcraft for sure.
You'll know where it's going to be since Oklahoma went in there.
There is some weird stuff going at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Drew is not wrong on that.
And beat. I wouldn't be worried.
No.
Let's go to Arkansas.
Oh, gosh.
Don't think they're gonna have a very good season.
I don't think.
I would
pretty
give
much
a
got
high
this
five
on
through the
point.
camera. Great job
Let's
reading the
go.
situation.
You're not have a very good year either. I mean, they have Taylor Green.
I don't know. Taylor Green. I mean, maybe there's something there, but he's a very intriguing draft. He's more of an intriguing prospect, like a project quarterback in the NFL, just because of his size and athleticism.
Yeah.
Look at the talent evaluation right there.
I just don't see them as really any type of contenders in the SEC this year.
Well, and the thing that I'm more concerned about Arkansas is the receiver position because they lost Andrew Armstrong last year. I believe didn't they lose Luke Has?
Isaac Tesla. He
Isaac,
was phenomenal in the NFL this year.
And not to mention their
Tesla.
defense was terrible.
there's some. I'm not very confident in their receiver room. Not that they can't. And then
Not going to be very good this year.
I think
But they had a really, I mean, despite us saying all these things about their offense, they had one of the best offenses in the entire country. Their offense was amazing.
Yeah, they were like the Cowboys. They were like the Cowboys. They had one of the best offenses and probably one of the worst defenses.
Yeah, offensive line has always been a big part of their identity.
let me pull up the schedule just to give you a glimpse into the future of what Arkansas could be.
I'm saying things.
Oh,
Game has shot there at quarterback.
yeah, and then Auburn is
They're going to since dump
Alabama.
playoff.
Shoot, I skipped too far.
I see their ceiling maybe being 6-7. but I don't see them doing too much this year in the SEC conference. Dumpster fire.
Dumpster fire. Okay.
Now, Alabama.
Alabama.
Playoff contender.
Playoff
Every
contender for sure.
Every year. There's no doubt. But Ryan Williams, you got a quarterback who has shown a lot of loyalty. Ty Simpson, I think, is going to be their starter.
Yeah.
We'll see what he has. That's really the only question I have for this Alabama team. Alabama does Alabama things, and I'm going to trust Alabama to roll Tide roll through their schedule.
What do we say about Ryan Williams, though? Because
yeah, something definitely happened with him, but they're still good.
And don't forget on defense, they're returning Deontay Lawson. And then, let's see, they are Jam Miller, I believe. I don't think he entered the draft last year.
He might have. I don't remember.
I don't believe he did.
Week 1.
I think Alabama gets it.
ULM.
I'd say that one.
Very home interesting.
Okay, I don't think there's anything worth necessarily noting because they lost 2 games, but that was probably about it. They lost what we expected them to. But
I think the only shocker was the Florida State thing, but
yeah, that was the only.
Yeah,
shocker.
I would say. Yeah.
I mean, overall,
I don't know. I think we did
pretty good outside of a few outliers. Can't wait to see the Big 12.
South Carolina.
Can't wait to see the other ones. But yeah. If you have anything else to add, I'd love to hear it. But that's all I have to say for now.
No, I think we got it all covered.
All right. This was Ethan Mailer on the Holy Huddle. I am signing out. Peace.
This is Drew signing off. Peace.